Welcome to the April 28th regular City Council meeting. To start our meeting off tonight, we have Troop 17 here to present the colors. Gentlemen.
Please join me in the presentation of the colors. Color guard attention. Color guard advance. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. One.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two. Color guard, post to cover.
Everybody will join us in prayer now and we'll start the meeting.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for letting us come together this evening, Lord, to conduct the business for these citizens, right, Lord. Pray that you do a special blessing with these young men who are part of the Boy Scouts of America, which is a great organization, which is trying to teach young men character and perseverance in these tough times. Be with us tonight as we conduct the city's business. Help us to be mindful that we're elected to represent those that elected us. God is in Texas and for him.
Thank you, gentlemen, for being here tonight. Troop 17 is attending tonight's meeting to meet one of the requirements for their citizenship and community merit badge. They presented themselves very well tonight, I think, and I do appreciate the parents that are involved in these young men's lives that are making sure that they're getting all that they need in order to be 18-year-olds and ready when the time comes. We need more 18-year-olds that are ready to come. And I also want to welcome everybody that's here tonight. It's an exciting night. I just want to say real quickly, I am so proud of this community. There's so many great things going on, and I wish I could just completely break away from the agenda and tell you all what's going on, but this isn't the place for it. But welcome, and I'm glad each and every one of you are here tonight. We're going to officially get started with the meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes for January the 2nd special city council meeting? Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there a motion to approve the January 20th special city council meeting minutes?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there a motion to approve the January 27th regular council meeting minutes?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there a motion to approve the February 24th regular council meeting minutes?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the March 31st regular council meeting minutes?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All minutes have been approved. That brings us to announcements and presentations. I'd like to announce real quick that Keeping Bryant Beautiful, an organization that works very hard in our community, had one of their annual events this past weekend, and they had just a few of the stats, and these will be available also on the city website and on Keeping Bryant Beautiful website. But we had 12 community service court-ordered workers. We had 65 other participants. We had 20 youth. We had 5 community groups involved. In-kind government cost, $3,465. Number of bags collected at the event, 75. Pounds of bulky waste collected, 18,000 pounds. Pounds of electronics, 9,900. That's relevant because that did not go in our landfill. Number of tires, 175. 30 pounds of batteries, 7,000 pounds of metal, and 3,250 pounds of shredded paper. KBB has also purchased 2 picnic tables for parks with funds from corporate sponsor US Pizza. So if you don't know about this organization, you can find them on Facebook, Keeping Bryant Beautiful. If you want to get involved in an organization like this or know somebody who would, please encourage them to do so. Are there any other announcements or presentations at this time, other than the proclamations we're going to do?
Mayor, I just wanted to say that I had the privilege to speaking to the boys of Troop 17 the other night. They have a lot of good questions for this community and for continuing on their leadership. And this is a great group of boys. And they're trying to fulfill their requirements to earn a badge, and I appreciate their attendance.
Right. Okay, one other announcement. I'd like to thank Alderman Butch Higginbotham for attending and presenting Arbor Day proclamation on behalf of the Mayor's Office in the City of Bryant at Parks. And also that day, the Daughter of the American Revolution proclamation, he presented alongside Representative Kim Hammer for the Celebration Stagecoach Nursing and Rehab. These were 2 very important events. I was spending the day with my husband. It was his birthday. So I personally want to thank you for taking the time to do that. And if any of the other aldermen are interested in doing those types of things, sometimes you'll just let the office know. I want you to help out with those events and times. Right, and that brings us to the proclamations. The first proclamation will be Goodwill Industries of Arkansas. And there's 4 proclamations tonight. So what we'll do is you'll just meet me up here at the front. I'll read the proclamation for your organization or cause and present that proclamation to you here at the City Council meeting. Brandon Lamb, the store manager, and Monica Miller. Thank you both for being here tonight. If you are not aware of the impact that Goodwill makes on our community locally here, I would encourage you to stop by there someday. Women in Networking has a career closet there. There's a lot of very important training that takes place there to help people re-enter into the workforce. So I've had the privilege of learning what all they do. I was very unaware of that until a few years ago, so thank y'all very much. And this is a very heartfelt proclamation for you all. Whereas Goodwill Industries of Arkansas is celebrating its 88 years of serving Arkansans during 2015, and whereas the people of Arkansas believe that work has the power to transform lives through building self-confidence, independence, creativity, trust, and friendships, and that everyone deserves a chance to work and to provide for themselves and their families. And whereas Goodwill Industries is North America's leading nonprofit provider of education, training, and career services for people with disadvantages, including military dependency, homelessness, and lack of education or work experience, as well as those with physical, mental, and emotional disabilities. And since its inception in 1927, the mission of Goodwill Industries of Arkansas has been to assist those who are disabled or face other disadvantaging conditions in reaching their highest potential through training, education, and employment. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Jill Downs, Mayor of the City of Bryant, do hereby proclaim May 3rd through May 9th, 2015 as Goodwill Industries Week in the City of Bryant, Arkansas, and urge all citizens to recognize and commend Goodwill Industries for its 88 years of dedication to our fellow Arkansans and gain self-sufficiency and hope through the services of Goodwill. Welcome. Next, I have John and Tony Kavanaugh. This is a proclamation on behalf of the Cancer Society. Friday night will be Relay for Life, and both our police and our fire chief will be representing the city at that event. And I want to thank y'all for all that you do for the Cancer Society. Whereas Relay for Life gives the citizens of Bryant, Arkansas the opportunity to celebrate cancer survivors, remember loved ones who have lost their fight against cancer, and fight back with those who are still fighting cancer. And whereas the Survivor Luncheon will be held on April 26, 2015 in Benton, Saline County, Arkansas, to honor Saline County cancer survivors and their caregivers. And whereas teams and survivors will walk or run around the track at CWS Stadium in Benton, Saline County, Arkansas, beginning Friday, May 1st, 2015 at 7 p.m. and ending Saturday, May 2nd, 2015 at 2 o'clock a.m., trying to keep at least one team member on the track at all times. And whereas Relay for Life is an American Cancer Society event which offers the opportunity for an overnight fun-filled event to celebrate survivors and fundraising for research, advocacy, education, and patient services programs through a variety of games, food, and entertainment for the entire family. And whereas the overnight event symbolizes the fact that cancer never sleeps, that as the dawn breaks, it brings a new day, just as Relay for Life brings hope for a cure for cancer. And whereas after sunset on May 1st, 2015, luminaria with names of those who have fought against cancer and those who continue their fight with cancer are lit and glow through the night as a reminder of the importance of the fight against cancer. And whereas Relay for Life is a tradition to show an entire community support in the fight against cancer. Now therefore, I, Jill Downs, Mayor of Bryant, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim April 19th, 2015 through May 2nd, 2015 as Relay for Life of Saline County. Paint bright purple in the city of Bryant, Arkansas, and I urge all citizens to recognize and participate in the event. I bet I could say that not a single one of us have been touched by this horrible disease in this room, and I personally was touched very, very closely with it this past year, and I just appreciate people like yourselves that keep this on the forefront and work really hard to raise the money to something that's not a cure for this horrible disease. And thank you very much. Jessica Anderson is here with the Director of Youth Services, Counseling Clinic. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And just like cancer, there's probably not anybody in this room that has not been affected by mental health diseases in some way, shape, or form. So this is a very important cause, and it's something that more people, we probably are behind most first world countries in regards to the services that we provide sometimes and the awareness and the way that we treat mental illness in our country. So it is an honor to present this and raise awareness about this very serious issue. Whereas addressing the complex mental health needs of children, youth, and families today is fundamental to the future of Bryant, Saline County. And whereas the need for comprehensive coordinated mental health services for children, youth, and families places upon our community a critical responsibility. And whereas it is appropriate that a day should be set apart each year for the direction of our thoughts toward our children's mental health and well-being. And whereas Counseling Clinic Incorporated, through its unique approach to serving children and adolescents, is effectively caring for the mental health needs of children, youth, and families in our community. Now therefore, our Mayor, Jill Downs, do recognize May as National Mental Health Month Awareness Month and May 7th as National Children's Mental Health Day. I urge our citizens and all agencies and organizations interested in meeting every child and family's mental health needs to unite on that day in the observance of the importance and necessity of providing mental health services and support to the people of Bryant, Arkansas, and Saline County. And last but certainly not least is the Bryant Historical Society. David Broadway is here tonight to accept this proclamation.
Patsy and Steve.
Dressed up too.
Hey.
And Kathy and Steve. For those of you that don't know, Steve served as an alderman for the city of Bryant for many years, and now his son serves. So it's good to see him. It's kind of homecoming to see him. I just want to say the Bryant Historical Society does so much in our community, and it's very important for a young community like Bryant to work very hard when we're as young as we are relatively young compared to other communities throughout Arkansas, to preserve that history. And I really appreciate the work that y'all are putting in to capture that before it is lost and generations after us don't know where they're going to find it. And there's some incredible stories that I've heard from the Historical Society, and when they have events that are on their Facebook page, I would encourage you to attend those or plug into what they're doing for pretty good stuff in our community. So whereas historic preservation is an effective tool for managing growth, revitalizing neighborhoods, fostering local pride, and maintaining community character while enhancing livability, and whereas historic preservation is relevant for communities across the nation, both urban and rural, and for Americans of all ages, all walks of life, and all ethnic backgrounds. And whereas it is important to celebrate the role of history in our lives and the contributions made by dedicated individuals and helping to preserve the tangible aspects of the heritage that has shaped us as people. And whereas we celebrate each May as National Preservation Month and Arkansas Heritage Month, co-sponsored by the City of Bryant, the Arkansas Historic Preservation Program, the Department of Arkansas Heritage, and the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Now therefore, I, Jill Dowd, Mayor of the City of Bryant, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2015 as National Preservation Month and Arkansas Heritage Month, and call upon the people of Bryant to join their fellow citizens across the United States in recognizing and participating in this very special observance.
Okay. We want to also say thank you to the Bryant Parks Department on behalf of the Historical Society, because they had the medallion hunt that went on. I don't know if anybody saw that on Facebook. That was a phenomenal project, and we embraced it more. We're kind of like, okay, we're going to do one in February, and we're going to do one in April, and we're going to do one in June. And so there's much to be learned, and we want to encourage you and thank you, Brandon, for bringing that and allowing us to be part of it, because getting everybody involved in our history is a real deal. Yeah. And we invite you to come.
And I'd like to say special thanks to the mayor for the support of the city and everyone in council. We couldn't do a lot of the things that we do without help. And talk about the park department, some of the properties, historic properties that we had in the city, historical markers. Y'all maintain them and help mow the grass and things like that. And I would just thank you so much for that, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Department number 4 for us tonight.
I've just got several things that are going on in the finance department in the upcoming months that I wanted to mention briefly in a departmental report. The first one is that Alcoa Road project is in progress, and I'm going to be looking into bring into maturity that CD that we have that's going to be later shown on your cash reserves page. And its next maturity date is listed as the 31st of October, but I'm going to talk with Centennial Bank and find out if there's any fees for doing it earlier, but we may not need to do it earlier, so it may be October 31st, but while it was on my mind, I wanted to go ahead and let the council know. The second thing is there were 2 small corrections to the January financials when I reviewed all the stuff for the quarter. Esther and I located these. On Fund 144 Park Bond 2007, there was a $107 change to the ending fund balance. That was just a minor correction. And then on 182 Street Bond 2008, there was a $20 change. And those were just typos because I hand keyed these into the spreadsheets. So we found those, and let's see. I also wanted to say in public and everything that we're going to be having a surplus sale on Saturday, and we'd really like good attendance. So if you could encourage your people in your wards to come out and bid on the items for the city, that would be great. And I think that's all I got. Where is it going to be? It's going to be at Bishop Park, and it's going to open at 9 o'clock a.m. and I think the bidding will start at 10. We've got several good items. If you guys want a list that's on the website, and then you can also call and talk to us, and we can tell you about specific items and things like that. I think that's all I've got. Thank you.
Before we move any further, I just want to add that all 8 aldermen are present tonight. I failed to ask the clerk to call the roll, but for the record, all 8 aldermen are present. Y'all are accounted for. Okay, we'll move on with, are there any other departmental reports? I think everything else is going to be That brings us to public comments. Public comments should be limited to 3 minutes. If you have something you'd like to share with myself and the council, just step up to the microphone, state your name and your address. And there's no public comments tonight. That will take us to old business. Joy, will present, our finance director will present for approval the 2015 February year-to-date financial report.
Sorry. We tabled the February report at the last meeting because there were a couple of issues. I've since corrected those and gone back through all of it. I think we've had it now for a while, so are there any questions on that February report, or is it okay to go ahead and accept it at this time?
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? February financials have been adopted. Takes us straight into new business.
May I say one thing?
Yes.
Ms. Platt,
Yes,
I want to congratulate you on writing the ship in the city's financials.
I'm doing what?
On writing the city's financials, being correct.
Oh, thank
All
you.
the hard work you've been doing. It's pleasant to see a variance of $130 is all we found. It's very pleasant to see such things. Thank you.
Thank you.
I agree with this. Job well done.
Thanks.
And the workshop that you held was very nice, very, very well organized, and gave us the information we needed, and we were out of there in no time. So I appreciate that.
We really appreciate that.
Got the information.
Thanks for being one.
Thank you.
Okay, so now Ms. Black will present the 2015 March year-to-date city financials.
Okay. The March financials, any questions on March? And you guys, you know the CD I'm talking about when I mention the cash reserves? It's on page, let's see, page 5 of the report, the Alcoa Street Project CD for $350,000. Any other questions on those? Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? March financials have been adopted. Next, that brings us to item number 3. This is a resolution providing for the adoption of an amended budget for the city of Bryant for the 12-month period beginning January 1st, 2015 and ending December 31st, 2015.
Wait, just one second. I'd like to make an amendment to this for $1,000 to the Bishop Parks maintenance account. Brandon just brought me some stuff in the last day and a half about electrical issues, so we need to add $1,000 to that account. So that account's already actually on this list, so just if you could amend, if you could accept the
Motion to approve.
Great, thank you.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, council. Amended budget adopted. Resolution providing for the revision of the travel policy for the city of Bryant, replacing any earlier versions in the employee handbook.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Travel training policy has been updated. Brings us to the fire department. Chief Jordan. This is an ordinance defining and limiting conditions for open burning within the city limits of the city of Bryant, providing for enforcement and for other purposes. This
Thanks.
is,
Before we move on, we have on the record what the resolution number for the
thank you.
Number 3 is 25. Number 3 is resolution 2015-25.
The first resolution passed tonight for the amended budget is resolution 25-2015, or 2015-25. And resolution providing for the revision of the travel policy will be 2015-26. Thank you, Chris. Correction. And that brings us back to item number 5.
First, I want to say to the council and Khalil, I appreciate so much the collaboration on this. There's a lot of hard work went into this, and want to thank you as the council for recognizing the need for this, and the need was such that we didn't have one, so we're here where we're at, and I appreciate that. We had a workshop, and a lot of stuff was hashed out, and where we need to be on this. Is there any questions on it?
What is the acreage exemption for this?
There is an acreage exemption for 1 acre and also 2 acres. If it is over 1 acre, they still have to abide by the times of the year and the distances. But they can burn more than one pile at a time. If it's more than 2 acres, the parcel owner does not have to abide or be restricted by any date periods, and they can burn as many piles as they wish. They just have to abide by the distance requirements for safety. And they have to attend the fire.
And if there's any kind of disaster, there's exceptions also?
Yes, there's language in there that if we have a weather emergency where we have a lot of vegetation falling down, trees that are blowing down, we're able to burn them at a designated site at any time.
Is there a motion to put this ordinance on first reading by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
An ordinance defining and limiting conditions for open burning within the city limits of the city of Bryant, providing for enforcement and for other purposes.
Is there a motion to put on second and third reading by title only?
So moved. Second. We do.
All in favor? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This is what working together looks like.
An ordinance defining and limiting conditions for open burning within the city limits of the city of Bryant, providing for enforcement and for other purposes.
Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved. People have discussion on this thing. Chief, I want to ensure that what we're going to do, if someone violates, our first step of action is to what?
Just to, pardon?
What are we going to do there first if there's an issue?
They're issued a warning citation their first time.
Okay, and we're going to give a copy of the ordinance.
Yes. Many people are going to have a copy of this ordinance, as many as we can put.
I just want to ensure that because it's just going to be a change of practice.
We understand. And might I add that if it's okay, the intent of this ordinance was not, it was just as much to give rights to the people who wish to burn as was to protect the people who did not want to burn.
I represent this area, and this is an area that people have been there a long time.
Chief, I want to commend you and all of them that worked together to develop this ordinance, and I think it's good. Appreciate all the hard work that's gone into this over the last few months. There's a motion and a second to adopt. This will be a roll call vote.
Billingsley,
Yes.
Chandler,
Yes.
Biden,
Yes.
Henson,
Yes.
Higginbotham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Romero,
Yes.
Rodell.
Yes.
It's passed.
Unanimously passed by the Bryant City Council, ordinance 2015-13. Item number 6 on the agenda, human resources. Thank you, Chief, very much. This will be a resolution regarding the classification and compensation for the city of Bryant, also requesting approval of position description and classification for Parks Recreation. Part-time position has zero impact to the 2015 budget. Do you have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This will be resolution 2015-27.
He's wanting to go to-
What you hear? Don't you hear unless you're a Boy Scout, you gotta stay.
You want to do something controversial?
Have a good evening and safe travels back to. This is a resolution regarding the classification and compensation for the city of Bryant, requesting approval of position description and classification for Parks Recreation Supervisor. Part-time position has a zero impact on the 2015 budget. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Resolution 2015-28 has been adopted by the Bryant City Council. Item number 7, this is an ordinance with an emergency clause, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2014-10 that authorized the acquisition of certain land by eminent domain along the Alcoa Road, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. This has to do with the right-of-way acquisition for the Alcoa Road project.
When we adopted the property description for this particular property description I got from Briggs Field Services was incorrect. They left out about 1,000 square feet. This is to correct that, and I've got to file an amended complaint. I've got to have this done so that we can do it. We actually tendered the right amount of money based on our appraisal for the 29,000 square feet, but the property description is only 28,000 square feet. That's what I got from Briggs Field Services. We got it corrected, identified, and we just need to do this.
Is there a motion to put this ordinance on first reading by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
An ordinance amending ordinance number 2014-10 that authorizes the acquisition of certain land by eminent domain along the Alcoa Road, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Okay, is there a motion to put on second and third reading by title only?
So moved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
An ordinance amending ordinance number 2014-10 that authorizes the acquisition of certain land by eminent domain along the Alcoa Road, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Motion made.
Second.
Get a roll call vote?
Billingsley,
Yes.
Chandler,
Yes.
Glenn,
Yes.
Henson,
Yes.
Higginbotham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Permitter,
Yes.
Rodell.
Yes.
Passed.
The ordinance 2015-14 also has an emergency clause on it. Is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
This will be a roll call vote.
Billingsley,
Yes.
Chandler,
Yes.
Glenn,
Yes.
Henson,
Yes.
Higginbotham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Permitter,
Yes.
Rodell.
Yes.
Ordinance 2015-14 has been adopted with an emergency clause. Item number 8 is an ordinance defining the duties and responsibilities of the elected city attorney.
Motion to adopt. Second.
Wait, this is an ordinance. This is an ordinance. This will be an ordinance, so it's a motion to put on first reading by title only.
Make a motion.
So then,
An ordinance defining the duties and responsibilities of the elected city attorney.
is there a motion to put on second and third reading by title only?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
An ordinance defining the duties and responsibilities of elected city attorney.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Second.
Do a roll call vote.
Billingsley,
No.
Chandler,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Henson,
No.
Higginbotham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Armenter,
Yes.
Rodell.
Yes.
Ordinance 2015-15 has been adopted by the city council. Takes us to item number 9. So we have approval for the 2015 Barracuda use agreement. Is there a motion to, is anything changed from last year? No change, same thing, it's just time to swim again. Summer's coming.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The user agreement has been approved for the Barracudas. Motion to approve the shaved ice contract service form requesting approval of contract to begin offering shaved ice in Mills Park. This was recommended by the Parks
And
Committee.
there's one change to this too as well, where it says utility fee, it's actually $10. That was an error in here, that was supposed to be $10, that's per diem. It's a 110 outlet hookup for anyone who wants to utilize our utilities. So that's what we offer in the park. Got questions?
Yes, well, thank you for knowing that. No problem.
A lot of people have asked about shaved ice trucks over there, we haven't had
Is
anything.
there almost everything?
Motion to approve as amended.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 11 is a resolution expressing the willingness of the city of Bryant to utilize federal aid recreational trail funds through the Arkansas Recreational Trails Program for non-motorized trails grant to resurface 1.3 miles of the Mills Park walking trail.
This is the same thing as last meeting we had, guys, and I thought it was the exact same ordinance. It's an RTP versus a TAP. The only change in that resolution is that 3 letters, so I want to make sure we're legit and how to take care of some street services.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, will be resolution 2015-29. Next will be an ordinance. This is an ordinance amending ordinances 2030 and 1998-17 regarding permissible possession and consumption of alcohol in designated and permitted areas within the certain city parks and for other purposes.
Just to clarify, did we work out the Mills Park issue? Didn't work out the Mills Park issue on this, or is it still?
He is not involved in this.
It's not involved in this.
Not involved in this, correct.
Just to
Still,
clarify.
yeah, there's still one season that alcohol there.
Just to clarify.
Which parks are involved in this ordinance?
Alcoa and Bishop.
Is there a
Have you
motion?
received any feedback from the ordinance or any concern?
No, I've actually had people reaching out, just asking questions about the role. The other direction.
Now, I just want to clarify for everybody here that's listening or listens to the recording that this isn't just opening up alcohol in our parks. It's a permitting process through the Parks Department. Very stringent regulations are placed on this. If you have any questions, I encourage you to read the ordinance.
I would encourage my fellow council members, let's do this the 3-step process the way it's supposed to be. Just to get the official citizens.
Good point. Okay, is there a motion to put on first reading by title only?
So moved. Second.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 2000-30 and 1998-17 regarding permissible possession and consumption of alcohol in designated and permitted areas within the certain city parks and for other purposes.
Okay. If there's not a motion put on second and third reading, that will show concurrence with Alderman Rodell's suggestion to let this ride for 30 days before we put on second and third readings. There's no motion?
Brandon, would you please report to us next month, any type of information that you have received from the citizens?
Sure, just in terms of.
Or just, of course.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, anytime.
Feedback that you give, and are giving to me, because I'm just concerned about Alcoa Park since it is an open park. I know it's fenced. That's just my main concern.
and Alderman Miller, if you're okay, if you can provide us a written document with all the comments, I'm sorry, with all the comments you received in a written form, I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. Next, that brings us to item number 13. This is a resolution adopting standard specifications for design and construction of water lines and sewer lines. Any questions on this?
Move for adoption.
Second.
Chandler and motion and second. There's no discussion. All in favor, say aye. I'm sorry, there is discussion.
Is this going to involve the projects currently in progress, or is this
No,
going to
ma'am,
take
the ones that
effect?
have already been approved will proceed as approved. This will affect the ones that are from this point forward.
The ones that you were talking about in the workshop, will affect them?
Yes, yeah. It pretty much, there's not a lot of difference in the old ordinances, standards and this standard. This one is just a lot more detailed, so it protects the city. So there's some
It's
differences, but
very detailed.
it's very detailed. And that's what you have to have when you do these kind of projects. We're excited about this. I've been working on this for about 8 years. It's been a long time coming, but
So you feel comfortable with this and moving forward
Oh,
for
yeah.
the next project then comes up?
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It'll be resolution 2015-30. It's been adopted by the Bryant City Council. Next item is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement to exchange real estate between the city of Bryant and AG Investments LLC for improvements to Boone Road in the future and its intersection with Tanglewood Drive.
motion to approve. Second.
Could you explain this project a little bit?
It's not get tag team.
They both worked on this. This is a good deal this is a win-win for everybody.
I'd just like everyone to know about this.
What it is there's a development at Boone Road at Tanglewood that into property. Well, he has property south of Boone Road that he's wanting to move his house to set up there. It fits, barely, but it fits. We were in a meeting trying to resolve some other issues, and he was talking about moving the house there. That morning, we got the list of city property, city-owned property, and so I'm in the meeting, and I think, well, maybe if we could swap a lot somewhere else and get that, we can solve that sharp turn at Tanglewood. And if we ever improve it, we're gonna have to fix that anyway, we don't have to buy a house in the future. We looked around, the property that we're exchanging for is the fire station property up off of Springdale. Spoke to the fire chief about that. And I also knew that the engineering for that particular location is about $150,000 in sewer work to get sewer there, that we would have to pay if we built the fire station there. So he's interested in that property, we're interested in that property, there's still some technical details to work out whether this deal will go through. Tonight's just giving the council input on it and blessing to move forward. Spoke with the fire chief, he's okay with using the property in this manner. The front 2 acres of, basically we need an acre of land, so we put a house on it, we probably put a septic there. And the front 2 acres, we have the first right of refusal to purchase it, sell those off. It fits within the deed restrictions for your fire station or single-family residences. So it's kind of one of those, we had several different problems with this potentially resolves.
And as narrow as it was, the fire station wasn't going to fit there.
And this will relax that curve for
The
a
plan
lot
is-
of people to travel on every day.
That's right. The plan is that was probably, this might be probably a project we can actually fund in our current street budget. Now, we'll have to do necessarily a big project. We can straighten that curve out, make that intersection safer, and basically start straightening those curves out. And this is a way to do that. We may have to, we're gonna have to negotiate for a little triangle property next to us, and negotiate and get them to give it to us. This doesn't solve all, but this is a step in that process. And this is just, if you guys have some feedback on it, we're just putting an idea out there, it's trying to solve several different problems. So,
Excellent curve to relax, I love it.
Chief Jordan was good with getting land.
yes. And I asked him about that specifically, and he's expressed specifically. Now, in the future, when we need to build a fire station up there, we're going to come together and find some property that suits their needs more correctly, and we're all on board with that. Any questions?
So what's the value on those 2 acres?
That's part of what we're getting worked out. First thing I want to do is get council blessing on the general concept of this, and then we got to get the valuations done of it. There's cost to him for moving it up there. There's benefits to us, so that's part of the analysis we still got to go through. He was ready to move the house, and we put it on hold. He was ready to move the house over on Boone Road, and we put it on hold pending council meeting to discuss it. And if y'all bless it, then we'll go through and work out the specific details.
Are we going to pay to have it moved?
No, he's paying that. What we're looking at is just a straight land swap, the land that he can move the house to, the land down here. And, there's some valuations that we need for joint purposes that will get done.
Pretty much this is the way we do it.
Yeah. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris. There's a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Resolution 2015-31 has been approved. Council, you may vote
Actually, I have a request to add one item real quickly. We'll make a motion to suspend.
Motion to add the item, and staff attorney wants to add.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Money has a truck he wants to add to sell this weekend. It's a S10, 01 S10 with 200,000 miles on it.
Motion approved. Mr. Run.
You just buy it?
Frog raised the bid though.
Motion second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
We
Is that a
should
resolution or just a?
It's just, I need to
It's just a
not add it to
blessing,
the
that's a
list.
blessing, okay.
Which of the large articles are going to be at the auction, like four-wheelers?
There's some four-wheeler, there's some four-wheelers, mule vehicles.
We have a deck crane, vehicles, we have one ditch witch, several items, there's a whole list, I think it's on the website.
Jerry, your RV might be there.
Are we gonna be?
I've already looked at it.
Okay, so that was my announcement, the auctions this weekend. I think the other announcement after your meeting. Are there any council comments?
Before we move on the ordinance for the elected attorney duties, there was an emergency clause that we need to have a vote on.
Okay, let's back up and do that real quick. Is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause? This will be for ordinance 2015-15. So moved.
Second.
And Blake. Okay, there's a motion and a second. This will be a roll call vote.
Billingsley,
No.
Chandler,
Yes.
Gladden,
Yes.
Henson,
No.
Higginbotham,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Terminator,
Yes.
Rodell,
Yes.
Ordinance 2015-15 with emergency clause has been adopted tonight. Thanks for that, for catching that, and that corrected before we leave.
motion to adjourn.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Go, Rick.
I hesitate.